difficult way.
No showmanship. This is B
They keep
budget.
saying we're going to destroy Hillary. It's devastating. Get ready for the last few months. It's always this week, this week, this week. And then now it's like, I got a book, I got a DVD, I got a video. And it's like, where's the production then? If it was some big studio, we'd buy it. But I mean, we're here fighting for free speech. We break more stuff than they do half the time.
Is this the death of WikiLeaks? I mean, are we
Drudge breaks stuff every day.
We thought we were about to
kiss this guy's ass.
We thought we were about to have a rebirth. We thought we were going to have like a new explosion of WikiLeaks, and now are we seeing the exact opposite?
This is Hillary's October surprise.
Come on,
Julian Assange trolling the world is Hillary's October surprise. All right, they're trying to get Assange on. This is the moment we've been waiting for. We better hear some major dirt. And I've been told by Stone and others that have been in contact with him, we're about to get, quote,
we heard that, Julian.
Devastation of the Clintons.
All right, that's great.
Devastation. We're up at 4 a.m. Central.
Weirdly echoing sort of in an omnipresent.
Trying to figure out equipment right now.
I hope this is so big that we can.
Why didn't they call InfoWars in? We'd have it all spotlessly run. Why do we have to have a bunch of scurrying around here?
Come on now.
Come on now.
This one
the
goes
torpedoes
there.
that way.
That one goes there.
Aim the crosshairs this way. Pull the trigger that way. There, sink the enemy. That's how it's done. Pull the knife across the throat like that, across the carotid. Press in lovingly. Watch the blood spray. Politically.
Okay, just sort of
stab him a few times right in the stomach for good measure.
That out for just a couple of seconds. Does anybody have a question from the?
It looks like they restarted the computer.
Just trying to set that up.
As if they're not going to hack. I said try to keep Assange off. I mean, it might be technical difficulties too, but this is like you're about to have Julian Assange, millions watching across the world, not just here. We literally have hundreds of thousands watching internet streams right now. We're up at 4 in the morning Central, 5 here, and we're just having fun. We're being honest. You know, we're here bitching that we're up in the middle of the night. We want to hear this. Infowars.com/show.
On the specific announcement, so sort of, I know it sounds a bit bad, but it's a bit of a get-out clause, but obviously the nature of sort of a security issue for him is one that we can't really go.
No, I get it. He can't be on the balcony, but his security, he better get the dirt out.
Happy birthday.
Here we go. Go to Assange, full broadcast. Infowars.com coverage. Here we go.
This is truth, not Ruth, actually. I actually didn't hear much of what went on because you need to be close to the mic that's connected to the computer system. But, okay, so I understand we're in the Volksbringer, and to thank the Volksbringer for again for letting us use that space. It's a quite important place here in Berlin. Okay, so let me get my notes and we'll begin. We have about 20 minutes, is that right? We're running a little over time. Right?
Yeah.
So I'll try and cut it to 15 so we have time for questions. Over the last 10 years, WikiLeaks has released 10 million documents comprising of 10 million words. And why numbers are not everything, they're a start. That information that never would have existed in the world had we not released it. It would have been stored away somewhere privately, but it wouldn't have become part of our collective civilizational knowledge. And it corresponds to approximately 3,000 documents a day on average. That's a hell of a lot of work. That's why we don't release every single day. We do things at scale in order to, release 100,000 documents at once. But it does pan out to about 1,000 documents per day. Now, why do this at all? I am in a position where I've been detained without charge here in the UK, in one form or another, prison, house arrest, the last 4 years in the embassy. As a result of this work, so some of our sources, or alleged sources, have suffered terrible consequences in the United States. Actually, not many. We have thousands, and there's only a couple of alleged sources that are facing difficulty, but altogether, in sources and supporters, people have been sentenced to something like 50 years altogether. And the two most significant cases is that of Chelsea Manning in the United States, sentenced to 35 years in prison, purely for communicating.
And he's offered to turn himself in if they'll let Chelsea Manning out.
There's no other allegation.
You're watching live WikiLeaks coverage of the Julian Assange press conference at Infowars.com and RSBN.TV, Right Side Broadcasting News.
Subject to cruel and inhumane treatment akin to torture. Jeremy Hammond, imprisoned in New York for 10 years. And a number of supporters back in the heat of the kind of first phase of neo-McCarthyist hysteria in the United States in 2010, 2011, went through a legal process as well. Most of them got off without any imprisonment. But, okay, what does it teach you? Well, it teaches you something about the structure of power. Whenever WikiLeaks engages in a release... Again, we're trying to fix their audio. They've just got an open mic in a huge room. About institution, or about... A little bit better. This is Julian Assange speaking. It's interesting. But also the reactions by the institution of the state are extremely revealing. And the reactions by tertiary players, such as particular media groups and their alignment, allied institutions, and so on. I mean, this, in some ways, harkens back to the old statement of Voltaire that if you want to understand structure of power, you should see who it is that you have difficulty writing about. Well, myself, my staff, and our sources, we believe in some kind of romantic ideal. It's quite a quaint notion. It's quite a cynical notion. It's quite a notion, in fact, that perhaps in some ways doesn't belong to this time. It belongs to an older time, or perhaps a future time, which is that through understanding the world, we can do something sane. We can do something rational. It's not something of being out of a postmodernist view, extremely bounded rationality, where we just kind of point it. We actually think it's fascinating to understand the world around us, and through this understanding, we can see justice come from it, as we have in many cases, some of which Sarah has pointed out. In fact, you can break down this quest for knowledge and understanding into really the three types of history. By history, journalists will understand that I don't mean what happened 100 years ago, or not only what happened 100 years ago. I mean history circa now, the history that is unfolding all around us. What are the three types? So type one is the history which is subsidized, where there is economic interest in propelling it and promoting it. That, of course, includes all kinds of advertising and propaganda, but it also includes very basic things, such as how to hammer in particular types of nails, how to build a pump, how to fly an airplane. All right, we're trying to figure out exactly what's being said here, ladies and gentlemen, just like everybody else. Julian Assange is here with millions watching around the world. I think he just talked about building a pub or something, so we're trying to figure this out right now. It's economic subsidy, knowledge which is no longer propelled in the world, but sits there and perhaps slowly decays. That's important to try, in some cases, to drive that knowledge, but generally speaking, it's not kept around because people don't find it interesting enough to keep around. And then there's the type 3 history,
None of them think to bring the mic close to the speaker. It's like way back in the back of the room. They're all just acting liberal, like, ugh, liberal, ugh. And they can't even hear it.
I'm honestly shocked at the two-bit nature of this so far.
Well, I mean, I don't want to be negative or mean here, but we're just going to be honest. It's all we can do. This is a frickin' train wreck. And I'm glad my crew came in and worked really hard tonight. We are like 10 minutes into incoherent babble. I mean, can I just hear like Bagginshire so I can like send the ring race where this is at? I mean, because I'm sitting here and we've got him over the hot coals here. And again, in the incoherent babbling, you're hearing anything?
I'm struggling to make out a lot of what he's saying. I've been trying to hear the words Clinton or Democrats or U.S. election. I haven't really heard any of those key words.
Well, in case he's doing it, let's go back to it. We're just not intellectual enough to understand this. Here, let's go back to it.
That's a rich documentation of the history of a war. In fact, the history of two countries. That would not have otherwise.
History of countries. That's a large history.
For those countries or for the other countries that were embroiled in those wars to understand and derive lessons from. So through...
maybe this will be better when they put the HD out with actual audio.
Will they? And if they can, why aren't we just plug directly into that? Now we've got questions on the broadcast. We can't even get...
No, people bitch when the NFL has like 3 minutes of darkness, you know, the power outage. This is a train wreck.
Alexandria. I think we probably have more documents than Alexandria.
Okay, he had more documents than Santa Claus ever shed out his ass. We get it. Now give us some documentation.
We have the first moment of what we bring into the world being present, as opposed to copies of other books, which might be interesting, but we're in the quest of trying to find original documents that have never been seen before and bringing them...
I know, you got the best damn documents. Show them to us.
Understand. Okay, so Sarah has spoken about some of the technical details and a bit about practical history. I want to speak now about some of the things we're doing going forward, the future of WikiLeaks. Well, I know I've seen the internet, and I understand that there's enormous expectation in the United States.
Yeah, there's enormous expectation.
Well, some of that expectation will be partly answered.
Built up by him.
Here we go.
You should understand that if we're going to make a major publication in relation to the United States at a particular hour, we don't do it at 3 a.m. That's something...
we don't do it at 3 a.m. What this is like it is a troll to get us to tune into WikiLeaks so these idiots can get on TV with their hair sticking up. He just admitted it. We don't do it at 3 a.m. Oh my God!
WikiLeaks has grown
made a deal with Hillary, I guess.
A relatively strong position. We're a publishing organization.
I just tweeted that out. WikiLeaks is trolling the world, but I put her a link.
He actually said that, or did you tweet that?
Just tweeted that. That's happening right now.
He just said we don't release this at 3 a.m. It's actually 5 a.m. Eastern.
Every litigation.
So what is this, a ceremony?
It's all 10 years, and they have a bunch of weird women up there.
I mean, I thought the lawyer was good.
Of being completely independent,
We're completely independent.
Dodgy.
We're not narcissistic at all.
Or advertisers.
Did you see me in the mirror and all the ladies that love me?
Look at our high-quality broadcast.
If you can make out a single word of it, you are a genius.
But nonetheless, the material that WikiLeaks is going to publish before the end of the year is of a significant...
Before the end of the year? He's made a deal! Before the election, jackass! 34 days! 34! Private Pile! 34! 34, Private Pile! What is that? It's a goddamn jelly donut! And why don't we have jelly donuts? Because you are a disgusting liberal fob!
WikiLeaks needs to change in order to survive.
Devastating. Devastating.
Now, why are we
Operation Asswipe, launched by Julian Assange.
So far, a devastating letdown.
And I expect to be able to build up to about 100 additional journalistic staff over the next 2 years.
Let me tell you, they don't have more documents. They've already released a lot of powerful stuff. Let's give them that. They're wanting other people to leak more stuff, but their DNC source got killed. So Assange's done a great job of interviews he's done. This is a train wreck. But hey, we came in, we made the effort. We're the winners. We are the champions, my friend. And
There's still like 3
we'll keep
minutes
on
left,
fighting till the end of this broadcast.
You mean there's still a chance? There's still 3 minutes left. You could say something.
On a number of elements.
Headline, Julian Assange trolls the world.
Hillary wants to kill you, Julian. Come on.
No. He made a deal. I don't want to say that, but that's what this is leaning.
Courageously given me asylum. It will not...
It's all about him. Real asylum, real asylum. You see all the women that like me? Real asylum, real asylum. Real asylum, real asylum.
If necessary, of course...
Julian Assange has done some good work. I'm not going to take that away from him.
The Ecuadorian people...
But hey, we have our own leaks.
We have to react to this broadcast. I mean,
We have to be honest. That's all we got.
I'm just watching the broadcast and reacting to it.
So part of...
I love the hammered audio. That's the best part.
Defense,
Hey, you know what?
Who has better audio? What?
AP.
we have engaged in a new project.
All right, bring AP back up.
To prevent censorship, and we will also give call to arms. If the
His audio is not much better. I come to you from Clandatho, home world of the bug people.
which I expect almost.
I have bugs living in my brain.
What else?
Yeah, what else? If you're all looking for some giant data dump, we don't do it at 3 a.m. Trolls, back a chicken womb, move, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way.
This is something that we have been working on for a while.
He gets like 3 spliffs, double crowns, gold chains,
Soon launch
machine guns.
a membership system where we will give voting rights in relation to 20% of the discretionary expenditure we have. It's important to keep us independent and keep a sustained and predictable income as opposed to significant income coming from the times of publication, but in the times of between publications where there's extensive litigation, then the funding is more unpredictable, which is a difficult position to be in if you're in the middle of litigation. Okay, on upcoming journalism, because we have so many publications due before the end of the year, we're in the boat.
We got to have other people get the leaks, not just WikiLeaks. So this has become a loggerhead, a log jam. It's become a big traffic jam.
Well, I'm just confused why he's saying devastating. I mean, he's the one that
Devastating, incredible info. He said a month ago, coming soon. He told people that it was going to be the biggest thing since sliced bread, and all we got was some weird, trendy guy. Sorry, go ahead. And a bunch of women obsessed with him.
People were really building this up. They were really stoked for this.
Here, let's play some more. I did. I've been trolled by Julian Assange.
He trolled us.
Oh, now the AP video's held up.
Hold on, Alex. Let's actually. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
We're in both an enviable position and also in a very difficult position of having more than 1 million documents to get through of many different
Is it
sources.
true? Yes, it's true. This man has no
To
dick.
increase our number of press partnerships, we have about 110 different organizations over the years. I think there's about 89 active at the moment. Sarah might have...
He did the big tell. He goes, by the end of the year, they're going to wait till the election's over and release whatever it is. Oh, my God.
Who's got a bigger man piece, Michelle Obama or Julian Assange right now?
Julian, listen.
We're not trying to be mean to Julian Assange.
Oh, the two trannies, she's definitely got the bigger gun.
This has been an interesting.
We're having some hysterical fun. Here, let's go back to this guy. Let's go back to Julian Assange, who I liked until this moment. I'm having a real problem.
Is, and what your subject matter expertise is.
But, it is karma. We troll a lot. We've been trolled.
That is the WikiLeaks files.
Now he's going to hawk some products. InfoWarsLife.com, InfoWarsStore.com. You can buy our non-GMO heirloom seeds, widest selection. And I guarantee you will actually grow some real vegetables, fruit trees, you name it. Probiotic, fade him down, please. Biome Defense, high-powered InfoWars probiotics. Dude, I can't believe he just trolled the world. He could have released more documents, then plugged his book, but he didn't do it. Oh, my God. It's like Home Shopping Network. I'm here with a whole giant crew. At least you put on a good production. InfoWarsLife.com, InfoWarsStore.com. Right Side News did a great job covering this, RSBN.TV. They're all over the country when they don't show the Trump rallies, the crowds, Trump behind the scenes. They're total listener supported. Go there and make a donation. RSBN.TV. You can go to InfoWarsStore.com and get Hillary for President shirts, the Bill Clinton rape shirt, all of our whistleblowers like Tosh Plumley and countless others, CFR members like, Steve Pachenik, all the big whistleblowers. Who else gets Matt Drudge? I don't want to toot our horn, but who gets Matt Drudge? Had an interview in 3 years but us. Infowars.com every day, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. The nightly news, 7 o'clock. Infowars.com, InfoWarsStore.com. The amazing nutraceuticals that nobody else has got. True iodine, liver cleanse, lung cleanse. Check it out. InfoWarsStore.com. Look at the little son of a bitch up there smiling. I tell you, this is a joke. This was Fop World. He made a deal, folks. My gut tells me. I can't prove that. He said after the election, he said by the end of the year, he made the deal. And so good for him. He shot a few shots across the bow.
Comes about as a result of the efforts of a great many people and institutions.
Yeah, folks that send him stuff, and then he's the clearinghouse. Darren McBrain, what do you make of this? This is a train wreck.
What we're doing, and in some cases.
Darren, when we're going to go to the press conference, maybe some real questions will come there. I'm sorry, we don't release documents at 3 a.m. when we make everyone tune in to do it, so Julian Assange can troll us.
Well, all I've gotten out of this so far is, I mean, how many times, if we had a drinking game, we'd be hammered. If every time he said, we had to take a drink. No, this is a train wreck, Alex.
Hey,
and we've been trolled.
Let's actually get a camera crew in here, not to shoot us, but let's actually have a camera crew shoot a television with the audio, and then we'll just feed that out. We won't actually have the HD feed. Let's just take a shot of the TV with the audio coming from the TV.
I'm just running around on Twitter right now, and Philip Klaus said this was sadly like Al Capone's vault opening, which I think we can agree.
I agree. I agree. Yeah. The name of this is now Julian Assange trolls the world worse than Al Capone's vault.
He does seem, he does in this video, again, I'm hoping, all right, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed Julian Assange will come out with something still. He's still talking. But he kind of seems he's coming off like a bit of a cuck.
No. He said in this, by the end of the year, hey, buddy, there's 2 months to the end of the year after the election. We have 34 days, Pyle, to save the world from Hillary that wants to kill you. What the hell's your problem?
Do you want to kick ass or do you want to start chewing concrete?
You got two choices. Start giving us the data, Assange, or go to Easter Bunny Place.
I came here to chew bubblegum and listen to Assange leaked documents, and I got neither.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
No.
Man, I have never been trolled like this, and the audience has been trolled.
But look at him. He's always...
They told Assange, you tell them they're doing the leak. You chump them all, and, buddy, you're going to get that little flight right into Paraguay in your Easter Bunny nest.
Is that the Carl the Cuck haircut, though?
Here, let's go back to hearing. Let's go back.
Are you kidding me?
Our allies, media partners, and other defenders in hundreds of institutions and countries.
Yeah, we defend your free speech. We think you've done a lot of great work. This is major choke, Bill. This is bad. This is a bad turn. Can we cue up our Carl to Cuck 3-minute boil down we have in the computer?
Rights Watch, the ACLU, and the...
Is the Carl the Cuck super mix? It's in the computer.
Professor Gavin McFadden, who's in a very difficult way.
No showmanship. This is B budget.
He keeps saying we're going to destroy Hillary. It's devastating. Get ready for the last few months. It's always this week. And then now it's like, I got a book, I got a DVD, I got a video. And it's like, where's the production then? If it was some big studio, we'd buy it. But I mean, we're here fighting for free speech. We break more stuff than they do half the time.
Is this the death of WikiLeaks? I mean, are we
Drudge breaks stuff every day.
We thought we were about
to
kiss
this guy's ass.
We thought we were about to have a rebirth. We thought we were going to have like a new explosion of WikiLeaks, and now are we seeing the exact opposite?
This is Hillary's October surprise.
Come on,
Julian Assange trolling the world is Hillary's October surprise.
Come on, Assange.
Julian Assange is a Hillary butt plug.
Chief Legal Counsel, Don Jones.
I think we have the title for tonight's news.
I'm not sure you can say that on TV, Alex.
No, I mean, Assange is a Hillary butt probe.
Lenny Weinberg,
Former buddy.
another one of our lawyers.
I'm sorry, folks. I've only had 3 hours sleep. That wasn't good sleep. I went to bed at like 10, got up at 1.
Thank you very much, Julian.
When you're showering at 1 a.m., you're like, what the hell am I into?
We have some time to take some questions.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Questions.
One of the worshipping ferret women. This is Assange. He just chumped everyone.
You can't even hear the question either.
Look at him. You got to look like he just, you know, was with the dog.
Julian, do you want to take that one? Because I think it's the false quoting of you that's...
The false quoting of you. How about the quote? You released devastating information that would destroy Hillary, that the indictments were followed. Where is it? Those are real quotes by you. Pull up his quotes where he said she will be indicted. It will be destroy her. Oh, my God. Pull up his quotes. This will get Hillary indicted. The indictments were followed.
WikiLeaks tweets.
Misquoting of me and WikiLeaks publications. In this particular case, the misquoting has to do with that we intend to harm Hillary Clinton, or that I intend to harm Hillary
No, he never said that. You said he was going to get her indicted. Indictment. Where is the evidence? 34 days.
They come about as a result.
Wednesday, Hillary Clinton is done. Reports Julian Assange announcements on Tuesday. We'll finish her.
His campaign and vendors.
You just Google where he said the indictments will follow.
Personalize our publications.
There's something about liberals. I like to like, do you realize how smart I am? Do you realize that I am related to Bickles and Dickles?
Do they interesting features?
You can't do it in Atlantic accents. It's more like a
U.S. Power factions.
Well, I do understand, Patrick.
Yes, they do.
We've done the measurements, and this just isn't the proper time for the document release.
We don't release things at 3 a.m.
Don't you know?
But they will be released by the end of the year when it doesn't matter.
Have you seen my new haircut?
This is teleprompter free, folks. Who would have known it would have ended like this?
Look at this. You can't even hear their questions. You can't even hear the questions.
Here we go. Here, let's hear this. Let's give them 10 minutes. Let them talk. Let them talk. Let them talk.
You seem to have referenced that Ecuador or the Ecuadorian people have been threatened because of the decision to give you asylum. Is that what you said, stroke meant, and can you elaborate any more?
I didn't say threatened. I said that there's significant pressure. It is, if you read the Ecuadorian press, you can see some of that in play in relation to other forms of pressure and developments in the United Kingdom, the United States, in response to our upcoming publications and the DNC leaks. Well, we have a lot of sources, and those sources are in U.S. politics, intelligence organizations, and their equivalents in the United Kingdom. And so we know when there are developments afoot, and we're aware of them, and we will understand them and react accordingly.
Yes?
So far during this election cycle, you focused on leaks from the DNC. Can you specify if upcoming releases, including before the election, would also affect the Republicans? Can you go that far?
That was trying to get into content of upcoming releases, re the elections. Will it also cover Republicans? I mean, we generally don't go into sort of content of releases for quite specific reasons, in that part of bringing the impact and also ensuring or trying to minimize the ability to get up a spin before we've actually gone live is one of the reasons why we keep the releases so confidential. So there are good reasons for it. I don't know if you want to elaborate any more, Julian, though, on the Republican-Democrat spin that people have tried to.
There's a lot of fascinating angles there, unexpected.
All right, that's enough. We may go back to the feed in a moment, but I'm going to let the crew get home and get some sleep here.
You can't hear what we're saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're not losers because we got trolled by Julian Assange. He's done some good work in the past. We know he's under a lot of pressure, being threatened. But I can tell you, he keeps promising this damning, totally destructive evidence, and then he doesn't release us now 34 days out. And now he's saying he'll release it before the end of the year. So that smacks of a sellout. They're claiming they're going to release documents every few days until the election. But I know they tweeted out and said damning evidence, decisive information, that Hillary Clinton was done. I mean, this is what they were saying. It's what they said through intermediaries, what they said to our sources. And then he makes this little joke and smiles. I don't tell you this type of stuff at 3 a.m. Well, it's 5:30 a.m., bro, Eastern time. 4:30 as we speak exactly, Central time. So here's the good news. We have all the real whistleblowers. We have the documents. We have the Danny Williamses. We have them all coming on. And so WikiLeaks said they will publish enough evidence to indict Hillary Clinton. That was back in June 13th. So we just keep hearing this. I think he's probably out of documents. He's doing all this in the election to get more folks to give documents. And when the DNC guy gave him documents, he got shot in the back 4 times. So I think they're doing important work. But when you don't have the documents or you don't have more, you don't sit there and troll people for the 10th anniversary to make yourself look big and have a bunch of weird, lazy liberals going, I'm not actually with WikiLeaks, you know, combing their hair to make sure it looks like it's sticking up. How do I look like I don't care? I just got out of bed. Here, I'm liberal. Oh, hi. You know, give us a break, man. And so that's what this comes down to. I can't do like a true liberal and act like I'm messing up my hair without doing it. I mean, we're tired of it. We're done. But WikiLeaks has done a lot of great work in their past, so I still give them an A+. But we're teleprompter free. We're going to be honest about what we see and what happens. This was a huge buildup. The media will make a big victory out of this. Oh, it was supposed to be this big release, and he didn't give anything out. It's all crap. So thanks a lot, Assange. Really, thanks for nothing. Mr. Schroyer?
I'm still trying to figure out what we just witnessed here. A complete
You witnessed hammered shit.
A complete 2-bit hack job. They can't even get quality audio. They can't get quality video. They can't coordinate enough.
And, and by the way, those of you, I loved how, I know I was going to give you hardcore info and said I would, but I'm sorry, now's not the time. It was like, and by the way, if you expect me at 3 a.m. to give anything, you're dumb. That was the tell.
But buy my book.
These sociopaths and people, they always got to stab you in the back, like, and just say, oh, I didn't imply this was happening. I didn't set you up. No. By the way, if you thought you get it at 3 a.m., you were wrong. He's really hurt himself. I mean, let me tell you, I know how the web works, how the world works. You have really done it, buddy boy.
Well,
you better release it all within 12 hours or you're done.
We've been wiki rolled. That's what they're saying on Twitter.
Wiki rolled.
We've been wiki rolled.
Wiki rolled. Instead of
who bought them TVs, bitch? Tell me that. Move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Move, bitch. Get out the way. I mean, you get out the way, man.
Well, and that's what I'm saying.
You think you bitched us? You think you rolled us? Yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet, Assange.
I thought we were in an info war. I don't know what these guys were doing up here.
I'm rolling Hillary. I'm the dark heart. We ain't backing down. Just because you're a fake chump, don't think we are.
That was soft.
Get ready.
That was soft.
I'll double down because of this. I won't be associated with you.
Now we have to.
Who bought them TVs, bitch? Tell me that.
We have to.
I'll be from my tour bus.
We have to make up for the lack of energy that came out of this production, whatever this crap was. They're sitting around a coffee table. Are you kidding me? You can't even get a quality production. You're trying to change the world.
Who bought them TVs, bitch? Tell me that.
Jeez.
Move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. I said that to Hillary. That's the theme song. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. I'm sorry. It is 4:33 in the morning. I can do act like this now.
I actually like when you sing Ludacris at 4:30 in the morning.
I'm so depressed. I have to play Carl the Cut.
There it is. That's Carl the Cut.
That's you. Your famous moment.
Hey.
Back it up. Back up the beginning. Back up the beginning. Owen Schroyer's here with us.
Hold on a second, though.
The good old white days are over with. Ain't no more
Oh, this guy.
bro. It's over. That's the good old.
He got his ass kicked, actually.
Started a fight.
I'm racist. That's not racist. I'm racist. Hell no, that's not racist.
You started a fight?
You've never
Yeah, he got
experienced
tamed pretty
This is not low energy right here.
Neither have I.
He's low energy at 433.
There he is. Look at that haircut, though. Julian Assange. Can we get
the brother.
Julian Assange next to that haircut?
That is the brother of Rachel Maddow. Ron Maddow reporting. Ron Berger.
Yeah, there it is. Hey.
You're an effing white male, Assange.
Yeah. We got him. Call the talk.
Cuck step.
There he is.
It's okay. Hey, let's try to steal the election from Trump. I don't blame Assange. He's getting death threats. He's locked up in the embassy. They're trying to kill him. There's drone strike.
Well, our problem was the presentation of it. That was our problem.
Here we go.
Joe to Geneva.
Hey, Joe, how you doing? I'm Jack Strickland. The question I don't see being addressed is the abundance of references in her emails about AIDS Skrillex.
That call was from Texas. Look at this guy.
Sorry about that. We're going to go ahead and move on.
I'm Jack Strickland. I love that. I'm Jack Strickland. The truth is, we don't take ourselves seriously because they don't. We don't care. You understand? We're done. We're telling the truth. We're going where the truth leads us. No teleprompters. We all were outraged by this tonight, so we just went with it. There was no calculation, but the truth, right?
Like I said, we're just sitting in the studio reacting to what we're seeing. Or not hearing or hearing, whatever you want to say. I mean, they build up this whole
he already told us. The leak is how Google...
Like, what did I even want?
The leak we already know. Google's gaming the election from Hillary. They admit they are. So is Facebook and Twitter. Hillary and the Democrats are directing the media. We already knew that from our sources. Nothing we didn't know. We predicted it. And that Hillary is funding ISIS and Al-Qaeda. InfoWars. I'm not bragging. We're not up here all foppishly, bragging all day. We had all the Colonel Schaefer, the former head of Black Ops, Steve Pachenik. We had... one of the pilots that witnessed it, Tosh Plumley. We exposed 4 years ago everything that happened in Benghazi. We don't need wiki turds. The point is, I'm hoping for them, but the way they keep this false hope out and now chump us at the last minute smells of Hillary Clinton's dirty underwear. So Assange promises leaks on Google and U.S. elections as WikiLeaks celebrates 10 years. This is put out by CNET. In coming weeks, they're tweeting this. Assange promises leaks related to war. He already did that months ago. No more, Assange. Arms, Google, and mass surveillance. He also promises all documents related to the U.S. presidential election will be published before the vote, November 8th. He probably made up stuff against Trump. So I don't trust him. I'm just going to tell you, I always had my questions. I was selective on Bush. Not that I like Bush. He got better on Obama, and so he got me sold when he was saying, she's a demon. She wants to go off the free press. It's true. And they did some good stuff. You know what? I'll give him a B+. But I was expecting a devastating coup de grace. And we did not see the death blow dealt here. Let's hear some more from him bumbling about from his Ecuadorian embassy with his thumbs, where. Here we go to Assange.
You can't be infected by reading our website.
Sounds like a frog with no voice.
It's not even Assange, it's a television.
And then,
let's go back to the TV.
And ignore the warnings, etc. just like downloading any...
You say global warming?
Information on any website.
I think the global warming...
All right. Anybody else want to chime in before I put the bookend on this? Because I'm going
to... and the reactions by tertiary players, such as particular media groups and their alignment, allied institutions, and so on. I mean, this in some ways harkens back to the old statement of Voltaire that if you want to understand structure of power, you should see who it is that you have difficulty writing about. Well, for myself, my staff, and our sources, we believe in some kind of romantic ideal. It's quite a quaint notion. It's quite a cynical notion. It's quite a notion, in fact, that perhaps in some ways doesn't belong to this time. It belongs to an older time, perhaps a future time, which is that through understanding the world, we can do something sane. We can do something rational. It's not something of being out of a postmodernist view, extremely bounded rationality, where we just trying to point it. We actually, it's fascinating to understand the world around us, and through this understanding, we can see justice come from it, as we have in many cases, some of which Sarah has pointed out. In fact, you can break down this quest for knowledge and understanding into really the three types of history. And by history, journalists will understand that I don't mean what happened 100 years ago, or not only what happened 100 years ago. I mean history circa now, the history that is unfolding all around us. What are the three types? So type one is the history which is subsidized, where there is economic interest in propelling it and promoting it. That, of course, includes all kinds of advertising and propaganda, but it also includes very basic things, such as how to hammer in particular types of nails, how to build a pump, how to fly an airplane.
All right, we're trying to figure out exactly what's being said here, ladies and gentlemen, just like everybody else. Julian Assange is here with millions watching around the world. I think he just talked about building a pub or something, so we're trying to figure this out right now.
It's economic subsidy, knowledge which is no longer propelled in the world, but sits there and perhaps slowly decays. That's important to try, in some cases, to drive that knowledge, but generally speaking, it's not kept around because people don't find it interesting enough to keep around. And then there's the type 3 history.
None of them think to bring the mic close to the speaker. It's like way back in the back of the room, they're all just acting liberal, like, liberal, and they can't even hear it.
I'm honestly shocked at the two-bit nature of this so far.
Well, I mean, I don't want to be negative or mean here, but we're just going to be honest. It's all we can do. This is a frickin' train wreck. And I'm glad my crew came in and worked really hard tonight. We are like 10 minutes into incoherent babble. I mean, can I just hear like Shire so I can like send the ring race where this is at? I mean, because I'm sitting here and we've got him over the hot coals here. And again, in the incoherent babbling, you're hearing anything?
I'm struggling to make out a lot of what he's saying. I've been trying to hear the words Clinton or Democrats or U.S. election. I haven't really heard any of those key words.
Well, in case he's doing it, let's go back to it. We're just not intellectual enough to understand this. Here, let's go back to it.
That's a rich documentation of the history of a war. In fact, the history of two countries. That would not have otherwise.
History of countries, that's a large history.
For those countries or for the other countries that were embroiled in those wars to understand and derive lessons from. So through...
maybe this will be better when they put the HD out with actual audio.
Will they? And if they can, why aren't we just plugged directly into that? Now we've got questions on the broadcast. We can't.
Difficult way.
No showmanship. This is B budget.
Saying we're going to destroy Hillary. It's devastating. Get ready for the last few months. It's always this week. And then now it's like, I got a book, I got a DVD, I got a video. And it's like, where's the production then? If it was some big studio, we'd buy it. But I mean, we're here fighting for free speech. We break more stuff than they do half the time.
Is this the death of WikiLeaks? I mean, are we
Drudge breaks stuff every day. We were about to kiss this guy's ass.
We thought we were about to have a rebirth. We thought we were going to have like a new explosion of WikiLeaks, and now are we seeing the exact opposite?
This is Hillary's October surprise.
Come on,
Julian Assange trolling the world is Hillary's October surprise. All right, they're trying to get Assange on. This is the moment we've been waiting for. We better hear some major dirt. And I've been told by Stone and others that have been in contact with him, we're about to get Quote.
We heard that, Julian.
Devastation of the Clintons.
All right, that's great.
Devastation.
You're just a
We're up at 4 a.m. Central.
Weirdly echoing, sort of in an omnipresent.
Trying to figure out equipment right now.
I hope this is so big that we can.
Why didn't they call InfoWars in? We'd have it all spotlessly run. Why do we have to have a bunch of scurrying around here?
Come on now.
Come on now.
This
Load
one
the
goes
torpedoes
there.
that way.
That one goes there.
Aim the crosshairs this way. Pull the trigger that way. There, sink the enemy. That's how it's done. Pull the knife across the throat like that, across the carotid. Press in lovingly. Watch the blood spray. Politically.
Okay, just sort of
Stab him a few times right in the stomach for good measure.
That out for just a couple of seconds. Does anybody have a question from the
It looks like
legal
they restarted
side
the
whilst we're
computer.
just trying to set that up. That
As if they're not going to hack. I said try to keep Assange off. I mean, it might be technical difficulties too, but this is like you're about to have Julian Assange, millions watching across the world, not just here. We literally have hundreds of thousands watching internet streams right now. We're up at 4 in the morning Central, 5 here, and we're just having fun. We're being honest. You know, we're here bitching that we're up in the middle of the night. We want to hear this. Infowars.com/show.
on the specific announcements, the sort of, I know it sounds a bit bad, but it's a bit of a get-out clause, but obviously the nature of sort of a security issue for him is one that we can't really go.
No, I get it. He can't be on the balcony, but his security, he better get the dirt out.
Happy birthday.
Here we go. Go to Assange, full broadcast. Infowars.com coverage. Here we go.
This is truth, not Ruth, actually. I actually didn't hear much of what went on because you need to be close to the mic that's connected to the computer system. But, okay, so I understand we're in the Volksbringer, and to thank the Volksbringer for again for letting us use that space. It's a quite important place here in Berlin. Okay, so let me get my notes and we'll begin. We have about 20 minutes, is that right? We're running a little overtime. Right?
Yeah.
I'll try and cut it to 15 so we have time for questions. Over the last 10 years, WikiLeaks has released 10 million documents comprising of 10 million words. And why numbers are not everything, they're a start. That information that never would have existed in the world had we not released it. It would have been stored away somewhere privately, but it wouldn't have become part of our collective civilizational knowledge. And it corresponds to approximately 3,000 documents a day on average. That's a hell of a lot of work. That's why we don't release every single day. We do things at scale in order to, release 100,000 documents at once. But it does pan out to about 3,000 documents per day. Now, why do this at all? I'm in a position where I've been detained without charge here in the UK, in one form or another, prison, house arrest, the last 4 years in the embassy. As a result of this work, some of our sources, or alleged sources, have suffered terrible consequences in the United States. Actually, not many. We have thousands, and there's only a couple of alleged sources that are facing difficulty, but altogether, being sources and supporters, people have been sentenced to something like 50 years altogether. And the two most significant cases is that of Chelsea Manning in the United States, sentenced to 35 years in prison, purely for communicating.
And he's offered to turn himself in if they'll let Chelsea Manning out.
There's no other allegation.
We're watching live WikiLeaks coverage of the Julian Assange press conference at Infowars.com and RSBN.TV, Right Side Broadcasting News.
Subject to cruel and inhumane treatment akin to torture. Jeremy Hammond, imprisoned in New York for 10 years. And a number of supporters back in the heat of the kind of first phase of neo-McCarthyist hysteria in the United States in 2010, 2011, went through a legal process as well. Most of them got off without any imprisonment. But, okay, what does it teach you? Well, it teaches you something about the structure of power. Whenever WikiLeaks engages in a release... Again,
we're trying to fix their audio. They've just got an open mic in a huge room.
About an institution or about...
A little bit better. This is Julian Assange speaking.
Is interesting. But also the reactions by the institution of the state are extremely...